I get a perverse thrill out of cutting up on defective models and making damage out of them. Well, hello, Glue Troopers. Max of Max's Models here in somewhat nippy Florida. Got down in the 50s today. So I decided what I was going to do with the Jupiter 2 is eventually I'll run those battery cables outside on a diorama. And to hide the cables, I'll make like a power cable coming out of the ship going to this device that I'll dress up some, and that'll look like some sort of support system. And then I'll actually have the batteries behind something like a paper mache rock, with this as just sort of a way to get them out of the Jupiter 2 or Gemini 12, whatever we're going to call it, without just having cables disappearing into a rock. I also made some progress on the Concorde stagecoach, and the big parts of the coach went together without too much argument, but I had a lot of pre-painting still to do, and not too many colors to it, but there's a lot to attend to. But I got a lot of it done, so made some pretty good progress on that. Tomorrow I'll probably start working on the chassis and suspension underneath. Then I took that Revell North Sea trawler / Russian spy ship and decided, it's just the right scale. Just like I said at the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and make that a diorama with the upper half of the next Polar Lights Godzilla that I'm going to build. And that's kind of moving up ahead. I really was kind of disappointed with the kit, so I did take a perverse thrill out of marking it up. So I put the claw marks on it and where it's damaged, and of course it's already taken on water and sinking and melted some stuff. I'm still got more to do to it. I've got to add the cotton for the smoke coming out of it, which will cover up a multitude of sins. But most of the quote-unquote body work has been done. But it'll be more paint and smudging and everything. And it's really kind of cool. And I went ahead and did a little magic with the camera here to make what it would look like. And I'm like, I'm really digging this. I think it's going to be pretty cool looking when it's all done. And it's just one of those times that you turn a little bit of tragedy into triumph. I think I actually considered just painting everything black and white. Godzilla, the water, the ship, and make it look like a black and white photo from the movie. But I think I'll just go ahead and do it all in its regular colors. So once I got that done, I went back to the stagecoach, and as big as those parts are, they fit okay, but it takes a little bit of effort to keep everything together while the glue hardens. So a lot of large rubber bands holding everything in place. I'm going to let that harden overnight. And the doors are not glued in place. They're just snap fit. I'm actually going to probably have to file them down to get them to fit. But now that a lot of the stuff is pre-painted and hardening overnight, tomorrow I can get back to it. I also started with the wagon wheels. And I'm painting them black to begin with because I'm going to mask off their circumference because it has those black metal straps that go around it. Then I'm going to prime it in pink, then paint it in yellow. That'll probably be tomorrow. Right now, just letting everything dry. There'll be a ton of touch up. And of course, then I have to decal it. But I really think it's going to look pretty good. The chassis will be mostly black and yellow. Well, that's kind of what I got done today, amongst other things. But as far as modeling's concerned, and having a good time with it, and looking over my shoulder at all the other stuff I got to do. So plenty of projects down the road. Not sure how quick I'm going to get to the Godzilla model, but I think it's going to move up a little bit. But I still have, as you guys know, plenty of other stuff in the stash that I plan to get done. Also, I got an email today about the group builds on the crossover build we'll be doing next year. That's basically the mixing of two unrelated subjects, such as maybe Civil War soldiers meeting a UFO, or a Huey helicopter fighting dinosaurs. This was inspired by that diorama that was sent to me of the Japanese and American soldiers fighting and running from the velociraptors. So we'll have one like that. You'll let your imagination decide what you want to do. Another one is called Oddities, and I thought that would be to build something that's real, but out of the normal range. No Spitfires or Mustangs or Tiger tanks or muscle cars or aircraft carriers, all the stuff we've everybody's built a dozen times. Something unusual, like I think I'm going to do the tank bridging vehicle that was gifted to me, and maybe a chopper motorcycle or a dune buggy, or probably pretty much any airplane made by Bloom and Voss. But maybe some unknown prototype, just something that's not a normal everyday subject. And the not quite right would be in honor of all those movies and AI images that we see that aren't quite right. Like in the movie Patton, they were using Patton tanks as Tiger tanks, that sort of thing. When something's just not quite right, or it's a World War II movie, but they use footage of a Sky Raider or something in post-war markings, something like that. Make one that's just not quite right. And it doesn't have to be from a movie. It can be from AI or anything else. Or, maybe you just one day you realize you put the wrong decals on a model and left it. That kind of thing. We're just trying to come up with something different to do. But those are down the road for next year. I'll put a copy of the build schedule in the description below. So guys, you take care of yourselves. We'll talk at you later. And as always, model on.